Hello everybody, today I'm going to read Hilde Bitterpickles Needs Her Sleep by Newman. This is a really wonderful book that was published by Creston Books. They're great publishing companies, so definitely take the time to Google them because they have a lot of wonderful stories on offer. But this one is really special. I love anything to do with fantasy, like, witches, dragons, fairy tales, anything like that. I absolutely love it. So this book just called to me immediately. And it's illustrated by Chris Ewald, and this book is one of the most beautifully illustrated stories ever. I mean, it's just, the talent in the illustrations is just absolutely amazing. So here is the front cover. It's a little witch. Hilde Bitterpickles Needs Her Sleep. There's a little-known secret about Hilde Bitterpickles. She needs her sleep. Every night, Hilde brushes her teeth, puts away her spellbook, and goes to bed with her cat, Claudia. Until the night when Hilde's quiet neighborhood changed. Someone moved in next door. A very big someone. A very loud someone. And I love the way the cat's name is spelled. Claudia, like claw. So here's Hilde. And there's a pumpkin. He was a giant. His house was 2 miles high with an elevator. But not just any kind of elevator. A beanstalk elevator. A noisy beanstalk elevator. It went clangety clank clunk all night long. "I can't sleep with this racket," cried Hilde. She flew next door and pulled the elevator plug right out of the wall. That's better. So here we go. So here's a beanstalk. And the owner of the beanstalk is a giant. So that's from Jack and the Beanstalk. And as you can see, here's a moon. And there's a little cow jumping over the moon. So, really fun. But the next day, there it was again. Clangety clank clunk. Even worse. Someone had parked a gigantic shoe on the other side of Hilde's house. It's a shoe. "Howdy, neighbor," hollered an old lady. Standing behind her were a gazillion children. And guess what these children did? There's the old lady who lived in a shoe. And there's pink flamingos outside the shoe. They played baseball all night long. "Stop!" Thumpity. "Hitting!" Thwack. "My house!" shouted Hilde. Whack! And there's Claudia hiding, covering her eyes rather. Hilde was getting grouchier and grouchier when a wolf showed up near a new brick house. Little pig, please let me in," he called. "Not by the hairs of my chinny chin chin," yelled the pig. So the wolf huffed and he puffed, and he accidentally blew the roof right off of the wrong house. "Oops, sorry," said the wolf. "That's it," Hilde stomped. "I'm moving." So there's the wolf, and there's the little pig in his brick house. And there is poor Hilde, whose house has just been blown away. Or the top part of it, rather. And there's Claudia holding on to her. Hilde grabbed the Daily Witch. She began searching for a new home. So here's a newspaper, the Daily Witch, and it says, "Fiddlers wanted. Desperately seeking 3 fiddlers to round out King Cole's court. Must provide your own fiddle. Pail missing. Help find my missing pail. Last seen up the hill while I was fetching water. Reward available. Jack," from Jack and Jill. "Cupboard for sale. Old Mother Hubbard's antique extravaganza. One slightly used cupboard for sale." And then we'll read this one. Pea-proof mattresses. Princess mattresses are truly fit for royalty. Don't lose another second of sleep to pesky peas, placed precisely under your posterior. Sorry, I can't pronounce that. So, this is from The Princess and the Pea, which is a classic fairy tale. This is from Jack and Jill. This is from this is from Jack and Jill. This is from Old Mother Hubbard. And then this one is from the Fiddlers, King Cole's Court. That's from, I believe it's from I can't remember. But I know that they're all based on fairy tales. So then, this is the one that Hilde circled. Are your neighbors driving you crazy? Was the roof of your house recently blown off? Monty, the rat, can find you a home of your dreams or nightmares. Stop by or call 1-888-RAT-REALTY. Over 3 weeks of experience. Specialty: witch properties. Customer satisfaction never guaranteed. The Pied Piper. That's the one I think that's from, but I don't know. Okay. I need a quiet house, said Hilde, without neighbors. You've come to the right rat, said Monty. He scampered through his files. This farmhouse with 3 blind mice seems promising. Are they quiet mice? Asked Hilde. Quiet as church mice. Hilde and Claudia moved in. There's Monty. He's made a desk out of a rat trap. And he's got a little mouse coming out of the clock there, like a cuckoo clock. It's got a very long tail. And here's Hilde in her new house. That night, Hilde brushed her teeth, put away her spell book, and tucked Claudia into bed. But as soon as the lights were out, guess who weren't so quiet after all? There's Claudia. All night long, the blind mice scurried. But they didn't just scurry. They tinkered, hammered, and sawed. Because these weren't your ordinary blind mice. They were tinkering repair mice. Everywhere they went, it was bangety bang, brum brum. Quiet! Hilde screamed. She put in earplugs, buried her head in pillows, and counted bats. Nothing worked. And there's poor Claudia, woken up as well. There are the mice. The next morning, Hilde called Monty. It's me or the mice? Monty searched his files. How does a cottage sound? It even comes with 20 black sheep. Are they quiet sheep? Naturally. And there are the 2 pigs that lost their house to the wolf. At Monty's as well. That day, Hilde and Claudia moved in. And there's Humpty Dumpty helping them unpack. That night, Hilde brushed her teeth, put away her spell book, and tucked Claudia into bed. And guess who showed up when Hilde shut off the lamp? Excuse me, whispered a sheep. Would you mind moving over? Then another crawled into bed, and another, and another. 20 ba-ba black sheep crawled into bed. Do you know how loud 20 snoring ba-ba black sheep can be? So there are the sheep crawling into bed with Hilde and Claudia. And there is Bo Peep, who's searching for them after losing them. The next morning, Hilde marched herself to Monty's. I'm done with sheep. Monty skimmed his files. There was one house left. When they arrived, the house seemed noisy and ruthless and strangely familiar. Wait! 1 eye of Newt minute. This is my house, said Hilde, and my home. Come on, Claudia. It's time we talk to the neighbors. First stop the giant. Your elevator goes clangety clank clunk all night long. I'm sorry, I don't know how to fix it, said the giant. I happen to know 3 blind mice who would be able to fix that elevator in a jiffy. Next stop, the old lady. Your children have been playing baseball all hours of the night. Oh dear, said the old lady. The children can't sleep in our new shoe. It's too quiet. Said Hilde. I have an idea. She put the sheep with the children. And she actually was riding one of the sheep when she went to see the old lady. Finally, Hilde found the wolf. Do you know anything about roof repair? Asked Hilde. I could use a handy wolf around the house. My specialty is demolition, but I could give repair work a try. And there's Miss Muffin on the top of it. There's Little Red Riding Hood. And there's, what's his name? Old Man Winkle, the man that slept for 100 years. I think that's his name, with the long beard. That night, Hilde brushed her teeth, put away her spell book, and tucked Claudia into bed. "Good night, Claudia." "Good night, neighbors," said Hilde. And when Hilde turned out the lights, guess what she heard? Nothing. And there she is, sleeping peacefully with Claudia the pumpkin. A big vine. That's it. Very, very cute book. Gorgeously illustrated. And if you like fairy tales and fantasy, and look at this little illustration in the back. So cute, Claudia. This is really a book for anybody that loves fantasy or fairy tales. It's just absolutely delightful from start to finish. And even though the main character is a witch, it's not like, it doesn't need to be for Halloween or anything like that. So, thank you for watching and listening, and check back to my channel for more stories soon. Bye!